It's time to do some loyalties spring cleaning. It's time to look at some of the things that we're loyal to that no longer serve us, and it's time to clean those things out. And of course, you already know I'm talking about your job. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a year-round house sitter, and I'm the creator of House Sitter School. I help Black women take a sabbatical or move abroad on a budget. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and make sure that you ring that notification bell, turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when I post a new video. Welcome. I want to talk to you today about your relationship with work. Recently, XO Nicole has started to re-promote an article that I wrote about how I quit my job to travel for a year because it was easier to quit my job and get rehired than it was to get approved for a week's vacation, to use the time that I had already earned there. Every so many months, XO Nicole recirculates that post and people start talking about it again. So, of course, people this time came into the Exodus Summit Facebook group, which is the group that I run with Rashida Dow for Black women planning a sabbatical or a move abroad. And so a post was posted in the group about the actual article and a separate post about how to get your job to approve you to work remotely. Overwhelmingly, as you would expect in a group for women planning to move abroad or planning to take a sabbatical, overwhelmingly people were all in on the idea. But there were some people who struggled with the concept of leaving your job, not for the money, because we talk about how to afford it and how to find other ways to make income. Right. There were people who are legitimately struggling with the idea of not having a job. Not having money, but not having a job. Black women, as we know, are the most educated population in the United States, statistically speaking. Speaking from the Black women I know personally, Black women also have multiple income generating things, jobs or side jobs or whatever, businesses. And so the concern was not, I'm not brushing off the concern of how do I make money, okay? Because that's why I talk so much about how to make money. The concern was actually, I can't quit this job. I want to talk about that. Black women get the messaging that we gain our value from external validations. We need to have so many degrees before we're valuable. We need to have so much income. A lot of people in America do equate their value as a person with what they do for a living, with their job. And if I don't hold this particular job title, who am I? That's not a Black woman only issue. I think, though, that Black women get the messaging even harder than other people, even louder than other people, that you must have these things before you're valuable. You must have the MBA, the JD, the MD, the PhD, before you are a valuable, respectable, Black excellence person, before you're a valuable person. So when it's time to make a big change and start living your actual dream instead of the dream that someone else has assigned to you, when it's time to make a change and start living your dream and leave that other thing behind, it's really difficult for some women. It's really painful. But if that thing, that job, whatever it is, that it might not be a job, but if that job is that thing that you're loyal to, is preventing you from living your life, if it's preventing you from living your dream, it's harmful. That is a toxin. There aren't too many toxins that you could say out loud, you know what, I want to get rid of this toxin in my life, and people would be like, no, don't do it, got to keep it, right? I think a job is the only toxic situation that when you're in it and you tell people you want to get out of it, people actively work to keep you in that toxic place. This video is not going to be a video about toxic workplaces. I'm going to link to Rashida's video, Rashida's on the Loose. I'm going to link to her video about toxic work. So I don't want to get too deep into that. But I'm saying not a toxic work environment. I'm saying any type of work. It could be a great workplace, but it's preventing you from living your dream. If your job is preventing you from living your dream, it is a toxin. And today I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be loyal to things that are not loyal to you. You don't have to be loyal to things that won't let you grow. We all grow, evolve, change. Some relationships, some jobs, some countries that fit us at one point may not fit us in the future. And it's okay to let that go. In the Exodus Summit Facebook group, there was a post about how do I get my job to allow me to work remotely. I really want to go to a different country. I can't remember if she wanted to go to a different country or if she wanted to bop around to several countries and be a digital nomad. Her job said no, or she was afraid that her job was going to say no. Valid response from some jobs. Your employer may be liable for different taxes for you if you're not in the US. Your employer may be liable for different insurance payments for you if you're not in the US. So it's quite possible that having you work remotely from out of the country would be a deal breaker. They would absolutely say no to that. It's quite possible that that would be the outcome. I'm not going to go spill Exodus Summit business out loud, but you can tell by the way I'm talking that I'm worked up about it. So some of the responses, not all of the responses, not even most of the responses, but some of the responses were, keep that job at all costs, just be very secretive. Now, if I had come into the group and said, y'all, I want to move to Portugal, but I've got this partner, this spouse, this whatever, who absolutely refuses to even entertain the idea, how many people would have been like, just go and keep it a secret, plan it and don't tell? You know, no, people would be like, hey, you got to grow. If your relationship is over, it's over, right? If you have outgrown that person, you've outgrown them. Time to let them go. When I say to people, the United States is no longer serving me, the United States is no longer a country where I can be the fullness of Stephanie, people say, leave. I'm with you. I'm right behind you. I'm going. But when we say my job is no longer allowing me to live my dreams, people say, hold on to that job and never let it go. I'm telling you, that is fruit of the slavery tree. You are not your job. You're not your job. If you haven't taken any step to find out what your other options are, you have made that job the boss of you, and that's not how we were designed. That's not how we're supposed to live our lives. I'm gonna calm down, but you can see I'm upset about this mindset, and I wanna clean it out. I wanna spring clean this out. I don't want March to end. I don't want the first quarter of this year to end with us still holding on to this mindset. I've talked on this channel about spring cleaning all month. We had a physical decluttering expert, Tosh Patterson, come on the channel, talk about actual decluttering for your move abroad. She actually got much deeper than physical clutter, which really gave me some homework. We've talked about decluttering the idea that being a black woman traveler, especially a dark-skinned black woman traveler, is very difficult. We decluttered some of those myths and some of those questions and problems. We did some Q&A sessions to just clear out those lone individual questions that are running around in your head. But today I want to declutter some loyalties. Please look at what you have made a priority in your life. You may not realize it, but anything that is stopping you from living your life, if you've made it a priority in your life, you need to re-examine the loyalty to that thing. My hair looks great today, I must say, right? My hair looks great. My hair doesn't look this good very often. It's for a reason. It's because when my hair looks good, I don't want to go walking and sweating. I don't want to do any type of yoga. I don't want to do anything that is going to mess up my hair. And I sometimes make my hair a bigger priority than myself. That's wrong. You can clearly see when I'm saying that's wrong. That's not how I want to live. That's not how I want you to live. Okay? When I use an example like hair, it's easy to see. I'm telling you, you've probably put your job in that same place. So I told you about the XO Nicole article. A couple of friends of mine shared the article, and I said, yes, we're no longer loyal to things that aren't loyal to us. We're not. We're no longer loyal to jobs that aren't loyal to us, to countries that aren't loyal to us, to relationships that aren't loyal to us. But you have to sit down and think. You have to sit down and work out, how do I know if my job is not loyal to me? If your job is the reason you're not living your dream, right? If my hair is the reason I'm not living my dream, I gotta rearrange my priorities. Maybe I need to get rid of my hair. I'm giggling because that's not gonna happen. But maybe I just need to be okay with my hair looking bad sometimes. And I am. You watch my channel, you watch my videos, you know I'm okay with that. Because I know that Stephanie is the priority, not the hair. You are the priority, not the job. Not the job title, not the job. Just yesterday on this channel, I celebrated my 1 millionth view. 1 million views of my little old me, of my videos on this particular channel since June of 2019. I actually have some videos from like before then, like 8 or 9 years ago. I have a handful of like weight loss and hair videos from years and years ago. But starting June of 2019 is when I considered that I actually launched this official channel. From then till today, 1 million views. I looked back at that first video that I published June of 2019, and it was called Why I Quit My Job to Travel for a Year. You can click up here if you'd like to watch that video. In that video, I said something that I have now said 1,000 times at least. Hard work is not my purpose. Hard work is not your purpose. I know it's not. I don't know what your purpose is. I can't answer what your purpose is, but I know you're not going to find it. You're not going to live it out when you're exhausted and when you're committed to making your job your priority. If your job is connected and related to your purpose and you're living your dream, then you're probably not watching this video. All right? You probably already feel like you're walking in alignment. Your job is in alignment with who you want to be. Honestly, I'm not anti-job. I'm not anti-job, but I don't know too many people who fall into that category. I'm not anti-job. I love having a steady paycheck. I miss it. That is what I miss about having jobs. I miss having a steady paycheck. I miss having coworkers. I miss having people concerned about what I'm doing. I miss having people who are my friends. I know people say your work friends are not your friends, but mine were. And I worked with women. So maybe that's why I did a lot of jobs where I had a lot of women coworkers. Being a hospital pharmacy technician, even a soldier in the Army working in the hospital meant that I had a lot of female coworkers. I miss that. I'm not anti-job. If your job is helping you live out your life, if your job is helping you live your dreams, I love that for you. Share how you've gotten to that point with us, please. I'm talking today about people who are loyal to jobs who are not helping them live their dreams. It's okay if that was a dream that you had at some point. Your dreams change and evolve just like you do. You grow, your dreams grow. But I think it's a pretty safe bet to say if you are a hard worker, right? If you consider yourself to be a hard worker, it's because that is something that you have gotten validation for in the past, not because it's something that you inherently want to be. You've gotten validation from people when you have worked yourself to the point of exhaustion, when you've done the work of 3 and 4 women, you have gotten praise for that. Doesn't mean that you feel good about it. I would guess, I think I'm right, that you don't feel good about those things. I said before, hustle culture is not unique to Black women, but hustle culture does hammer us harder. Hustle culture does tell us we got to keep going. If you have 5 free minutes in your week, you need to find a way to fill those 5 free minutes. It's time for you to go back to school. It's time for you to start a business. A lot of other people, a lot of other groups of people get to enjoy free time in a way that Black women just don't. This whole channel, with 1 million views so far, is here to help you examine how you can get free time and how you can use that free time to decide what's next for you. If you find yourself saying to someone, I need a break, I'm gonna take a break, and their response is hold on to that job with everything you can, with all of your might, you need to stop them and tell them that that is fruit of the slavery tree, and that they, by repeating that thought, are being an agent of white supremacy. Yeah, I said it. If you uphold the idea that people are what they do, that people's value is in their job, then you are propagating the ideas that slavery brought to this country, and you are an agent of white supremacy. I'm not. I'm not. I am an advocate for working as little as possible. All right, so I hope that you take some time and you look at the loyalties that you have. You look at the things that you have made a priority in your life over your actual dreams. And I hope that you examine why this thing has become a priority and you shift it. Shift that priority, all right? If you follow me on Instagram, I'm at Vicarious. My hair is gonna look good today, tomorrow, maybe even the next day, but not for long, okay? Because I'm gonna be out there walking and sweating. I'm in Mexico, I'm in La Paz, Mexico, in a beautiful beach town, in a beautiful hotel, treated myself to a little hotel stay for a while. But I'm going to utilize the awesome resources that La Paz gives me, which is a really cool boardwalk or malecon, like a pier. The sun is out, I'm gonna be sweating, my hair is not gonna stay cute. But my priority is to get out and move my body, not to keep my hair looking good over everything else. Does that analogy make some sense to you? We have to prioritize and we have to live out our priorities. It's one thing to have the priorities on paper, but we have to live them out. Yes, that means quitting your job. All right. I'm going to link to some things in the description that I think will be helpful to you. I have an entire playlist on Black women abroad, so you can see what it's like for Black women expats around the world. These women talk about the things that they do to earn money so that they can live abroad. I'm going to link to my latest video on calculating how much you would need to leave the country. It's quite possible that you can live overseas in a less expensive place, but comfortably. On what you're just spending on housing right now. I'm going to link to a playlist of Black women who took a sabbatical to travel, right? Who quit their jobs to travel and then went back to work, in case you're not looking to move abroad entirely. You just want to take some time, go abroad, and then come back. I'm going to link to those things. I'm also going to link to the Work From Anywhere toolkit in the description. If you're looking for remote work, if you're looking for work that you know when you get hired that you can do from abroad, I'm going to link to that toolkit. There are some awesome remote work job search resources in that toolkit to help you get a job that aligns with your dreams, a job that aligns with your values, with your priorities. All right, if you like this video, please take a second and hit the like button and share this video with someone whose job is not letting them live their dream. And then watch this video to calculate how much money you actually need to move abroad. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Just yesterday on this channel, I celebrated my 1,000th view. No, that wasn't 1,000th view.